What is going on, my real estate family? And today's video, I'm just going to jump straight into it. No BS advice. If you really want to crush it with real estate and AI, especially if you're a real estate agent, if you're a top real estate agent, or you're running a real estate agency, it's very important for you to understand these three things that have really changed and shifted my life. And I wanted to change and shift yours too, because no matter how many tactics I'm going to be giving away on this channel, no matter how many strategies I'm going to be giving away on this channel, these three things ultimately will just help shift your business, your career, your life tenfold. And I just feel that it's not spoken about enough, and too many people are consistently trying to find and seek more information. If you're the kind of person where you feel like you just don't know enough, or you're constantly in trainings because you're trying to find a new way, or trying to find a secret, or trying to improve yourself, always do it from a place of expansion in terms of improving, but don't always look at it from a perspective of I feel like I don't know enough. Anyway, so let's jump straight into it. So the three things I really want to discuss if you want to master lead generation from an AI perspective is you have to master skill sets, character traits, and beliefs. That for me has hands down been the most important pivotal part for me in growing in this space, working with over 500 plus agents, helping them facilitate over 2,000 plus deals. Because at the end of the day, I think for us, we've always been programmed that, we need to learn more skills. And what I've noticed in this industry is that you have many agents who are not deficient in skill set. You guys are constantly trained every single week. You're learning this thing and this thing and this thing, how to become a better agent, how to follow up correctly, how to close the deal, the process in terms of once the deal is processed, how to suss out between what a good or bad lead is, how to cold call better. So what I mean by that is, as real estate agents, you are not lacking any skill sets, okay? If anything, you're not deficient at it at all. All right. Now, I understand when it comes to things like learning AI, you may not know much about it. So maybe that's why you're watching this video, because you want to learn more about how to start building a skill set around AI. But let me tell you something. You don't need to learn about AI. You want to utilize leverage, right? You want to be more focused on leveraging your skill set to be in front of the client, and then leveraging someone else who knows a lot about AI so that they can do all the heavy lifting while you do what you need to do best. That is next level thinking. But then comes into the place of beliefs. Well, I don't feel like I am worthy enough to, for example, hire someone, or I feel like I don't have enough money to hire someone to actually do the work for me. So it goes back to what I was saying, which is skill sets, character traits, and beliefs. This has really changed everything for me, especially when it comes to business. And I wanted to also shift your mentality and your mindset, especially once you be tapping into AI lead generation. So first things first, you don't have time now to be learning a new skill set like AI. Now, when I say you don't have time, truthfully, you do have time, but do you want to spend more time being in front of the client, or do you want to spend more time learning how to create an AI agent, an AI robot? Where are you going to get more leverage? Where are you going to get more value from? Being in front of the client and closing deals, right? Because that's what you're good at. That's what you do best. That's what you've been trained, and that's what you've been focusing on for a very long time. So why don't you just hire someone to actually do that work for you? Again, it goes back to a belief thing. Oh, well, so-and-so got bad service. Oh, so-and-so got scammed. So therefore, I also feel that this will happen. This will be the same thing that will happen to me. So can you realize that for many of you, it's a belief thing? I had a conversation with one of my coworkers, and we're just speaking about how, you look at someone and they're very successful, right? They have so much money, and in your mind, you're like, this person is not more smart than me. This person is not on the level that I am intellectually, as well as skill set, as well as hard work and effort, right? With his work ethic. I've just seen so many times, many real estate agents have the skill sets, they have the work ethic, but the beliefs are low. And if your beliefs are low, you are never ever going to rise to the success that you need, because unless your character traits and your skill sets match it, you're always going to feel like you're not worthy, or like you're not at that level that you should be at. So the point that I'm trying to make here, and I don't want this video to go on for too long, is you need to ask yourself, okay, the people who are better than me, and ultimately they're not better than you, they just have more leverage. The people who are better than me, right? What skill sets, character traits, and beliefs do they have that I need to start working on? Those are questions you need to start asking yourself. Start asking yourself, okay, skill sets, the people who are better than me. Are they better than me in terms of cold calling? Are they better than me in terms of communication? Are they better than me in terms of pitching and presenting to a client? You need to be comparing those skill sets. Don't compare the other skill sets. Like, oh, are they better at marketing? Are they better? Yes, that is important, but ultimately at the end of the day, you're a real estate agent. Okay. Your focus should be being the best version of yourself as a real estate agent. And 9 times out of 10, you are probably on the same level, if not probably even better than the people who are better than you overall, right? From a leverage standpoint. So cool, you tick the boxes in terms of skill set. Now it comes to character traits. The people who are better than me, right? From a perception perspective, what sort of character traits do they have that I need to start adopting? So if you're hardworking, if you're disciplined, if you're focused, if you're always pushing and pushing and pushing, and you can truthfully say that, then you're no better than the person who's better than you. So why do you perceive them as better? You start to look at, okay, well, this person is closing 20 deals a month. I'm only closing 1 deal a month. But we have the same amount of skill sets. We've got the same character traits if you're being 100% truthfully and honest here. Because here's the thing. You can be disciplined for 6 months and then you could knock off for like the next 3 months. Are you really disciplined? No, you're not. Okay, so you really want to look into, for example, every facet and be 100% honest with yourself. But let's say, for example, you tick the boxes in terms of skill set and you tick the boxes in terms of character traits, right? Which is basically discipline, focus. What else is a good character trait? Look at different character traits that most entrepreneurs have. They're resilient. They don't give up. They persevere, right? They're disciplined. They're focused, right? They are consistent. All those different character traits. If you possess the similar character traits and you tick that box, I can tell you right now the reason why it's going to be difficult for you to really thrive, especially when it comes to utilizing real estate AI or AI lead generation to help you reach the next level, or reason why you haven't necessarily been reaching that level, is I can tell you now it's definitely because, and listen very carefully, it is because you lack the belief. Yes, you lack the belief. And what if I had to tell you that belief is all you really ever truly needed? Because once you have the belief, the skill sets and the character traits will come, because you'll naturally feel inclined to work on those things if you have the belief. But if you don't have the belief, the skill sets and the character traits, even if you have them, if you still lack the belief, which is the engine, you're not going to go anywhere. The reason why I'm saying this is because I used to be so obsessed about building and getting more skills and being the most disciplined person in the room. But the problem was I lacked the belief. And now I found people who had no skill sets, really character traits were poor, okay, but because they had the belief, everything started working out in their favor. It's so interesting to see people who are not smart, from my perspective, don't really have the skill sets, don't really have the character traits. If anything, they're lazy, they don't really work as hard. They don't know much, but they're so ultra successful. And just for the life of me, I didn't understand why. And once I understood, looking at those 3 pillars, skill sets, character traits, beliefs, it's because they believed. They believed in themselves more than anyone else did. They had this innate belief that everything's going to work out in their favor, and guess what it did? Think about it this way. The person who complains a lot, notice how they always have something to complain about, because they believe that they're unworthy. They believe that, oh, well, things always go left for me. How often has it happened to you where, for example, things are really working out for you, things are going really good, and then you start to think to yourself, things can't be this good. Something must go bad, right? Or something bad is going to happen because things have been going well. Or I've been on a winning streak, so I know any time now things are going to go bad, and then it goes bad. It's because you believe that things are going to go bad. And it took me a long time to realize that if your belief is not on the same wavelength or higher than your skill sets and your character traits, you will always perform below your self-image or your self-belief. So if you really want to thrive using AI, lead generation, and real estate, I can tell you right now, you need to believe that it's going to work for you. You really do. You need to believe that it's going to work for you. You need to believe that you're going to be the agent who's going to use it. It's going to work well for you. It's going to work in your favor, and you're going to thrive. Because the minute you start to have negative beliefs about, AI won't create good connections with my audience, and then even though you secretly try to use AI, it's not going to work, because guess what? You're now reinforcing the belief that it's not going to create connections. And then guess what? Miraculously, it's not going to create connections, which is going to reinforce that belief, right? If you believe that you're not smart enough to learn AI and learn about technology, guess what? You're always going to find more evidence that it's not going to work for you. So long story short, and I don't want this video to go on for too long, is I know you guys have the skill sets. I know you guys have the character traits. Work on those beliefs. You need to start uncovering what are some limiting beliefs that I have about myself and business, especially when it comes to AI and technology, that could be holding me back. 9 times out of 10, it's the fear of technology, that you're not good with technology, or it's the fear that it's not going to work for you, or it's the fear that AI that won't create harmonious relationships, or AI is fake and it's never going to work. Right? All those beliefs that you have, you need to start looking into yourself, because I can tell you right now, there's going to be an agent who doesn't have the right skill sets, that doesn't have any noble character traits that you have. But because they have the belief that AI lead generation is going to work in their favor, they're going to take over you. Only because they've either have blind faith, blind belief, and they believe that this is going to help them. And the minute they have that belief and they believe it over and over again, they will start to succeed and they will reach new levels. So on this channel, when you watch my channel and you watch my strategies and you watch everything that I give over to you, I need you to watch from it with an open mind, but also having the belief that it's going to work in your favor, and screw everyone else if it didn't work for them. I can tell you now it worked for over 500 plus agents, because that's how they got the 2,000 plus deals, and it can work for you. Anyways, if you got a lot of value in that video, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to closely with me, go check out the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Hey V.